Hi, welcome to Knit the Books, a mother-to-other podcast for yarn and book enthusiasts by yarn and book enthusiasts. I'm Allie.
I'm Vicky.
Thank you guys for joining us today. And we should have no technical difficulties this time. I apologize for all that, but my computer is all better now.
Yes. Yeah, last time it
was a storage issue,
yeah.
But it made no sense because I don't have things on the computer. But
it was just a computer. It was just being a computer.
So, we are just going to jump through because we have a lot to talk about. So, do you have any finished objects?
I don't.
I have one. I'm wearing it.
And it's so pretty.
I finished my first scarf on my Cricut loom. There we go. This yarn is from the Flying Kettle. Oh, big announcement, by the way. She's going to be dyeing yarn again, so that's fantastic.
I saw that.
I think her shop is open.
Okay.
Or will be soon.
Yeah, I just remembered that she was coming back.
I'm very excited about that. So I just did a plain weave on my Cricut loom. I have a 15-inch Cricut loom. I don't know yardage or anything. All I did was I spread the loom away from the thing you warp it on, a distance that I thought was good, and then I just wove it. So I don't know specifics, but I love how it turned out.
I do too. I just love it.
My edges aren't great, but you can see I have like bits where I'm very, very consistent with my edges, and then some parts where not so much. But I don't care. I still haven't watched it, and I'm kind of wondering how much that will just kind of fix it. But I love it. And I had to...
It's a great first project.
Oh, I love it. And I love how the fringe turned out.
Oh, I do too. So cool.
But if you guys remember, I had 2 skeins of this, and I didn't even use a full skein for this.
Wow.
So I have enough left for my blanket, for my sock scrap blanket, and then the other one I think I'm going to knit into a hat, so I can have a hat that matches.
Oh, that would be so cute.
Because I have, if you guys remember, the last Calmy I did with the Malabrigo, that teal, it matches this almost perfectly. It's a little bit darker, but not a whole lot. So I was thinking about maybe doing that for the brim, and then this for the top maybe, just so just to have some more color, but I don't know, we'll see.
Yeah.
But yeah, so that's what I have finished. So what have you been working on?
I am working on a little hat for kiddos. We showed the yarn last time. It's just a Simply Soft Karen cake ball for kids.
With the pom-pom.
With the pom-pom. And here is the hat. Isn't that the cutest thing ever?
I love that.
So I'll be able to start decreases soon.
Yeah. That'll be cute.
It will be real cute.
And you should be able to get
a couple more hats. And I used Allie's. What was the pattern you did this? Where you just garter?
It's not a pattern. It's just what I do. I cast on however many stitches I need. I knit and garter for however long looks good, and then I join in the round. For the hats for kiddos hats, I usually do about 60. I knit for about 10 rows, and then I join in the round. And
it's ready to go.
I love the garter ridge brims. That's like my favorite. So
I'm working on that. What you working on?
I'll show the things that don't have a whole lot of progress on first. We'll save one for last.
And I did start another one, but I don't know where it is.
These I almost didn't even think to bring because I barely started them. I started a new pair of socks.
Cute.
I'm not even done with my toe increases. Like that's. You guys might recognize this yarn. Mom was knitting socks out of it,
and it's just not me. It's beautiful yarn, but after I started it. They're
not her colors.
Not really my colors.
Mom and I had talked about this recently, or after she gave this to me. I did that when I was knitting too. Like I would just buy things because the colors are pretty, and I'll be honest, I still do that. But like, once you start knitting it, you're like, oh, this isn't for me.
Why did I? Yeah, and it's nothing wrong with the yarn.
No, we love her yarn.
Yeah, we love
the yarn. Is Haverland yarns. This is her pack sock. It's a 2-ply fingering weight, 80 superwash merino, 20% nylon, 400 yards. It's her Shark and Awe colorway, and this was one that went to. She's a charity one each month.
A charity one each month, and that one went. I can't remember what the charity was, but yeah.
But I'm very excited to have some more of her yarn on my needles because I have a couple more from her, and I kind of just hoard them. I don't want to knit them for some reason, even though I love them. I just want to keep it forever. And I know that's a silly, silly, silly way to think, but that's how I think sometimes. And it's in my bag that our friend Dawn made me for my birthday last year. I love this bag.
So cute. Super cute.
What else have you been working on?
Well, my Brave at Heart has grown quite a bit. And actually, I moved the stitch progress keeper on you guys, but it's grown quite a bit.
That's awesome.
It's so pretty. Lots of people I've got a lot of compliments on it.
Oh, did you knit it on it at Into the Wool?
I knitted on it at Into the Wool, and I worked on it at work this week when Jennifer and I finally got to have a knit lunch since the semester's got started.
Aww.
Yeah, she's a dean, so she's very busy. So, and it's in my, I got yarn tangled. What are they? It's my French.
The field bag.
The field bag, French Supply Company. I love this little bag. I don't know, a lot of people are decorating them up with pins, so this is what I'm going to do with mine. I'm going to get all my pins found. And it's got one pin on it. I was giving it to me at Into the Wool. It's from the Yarn and I. Cappy's one of my new friends I made while I was there. So.
She's a yarn dyer. We'll link her in the description box below. I'm kind of cheating with this one. This is the one that I forgot to bring last time. I haven't knit on it since we last podcasted, but since I hadn't shown it, I thought I'd go ahead and bring it. This is from Pitaloop. I got it from a D-stash. I think last year or the year before.
Very cute.
And here I have my, what's the pattern? High Priestess of Rhythmic Noise.
That's pretty.
By Orange Jellyfish Dream. This was one of my Whip It or Rip It's whenever we showed it to you guys last time I was here. So I've added a little bit. Not a whole lot, but a little bit. I actually don't have a whole lot left.
Mm-hmm.
So I could finish it pretty quick, but you'll see why I'm not really knitting on it right now because I have some plans. The black is Midnight from Northbound Knitting. The greeny teal is Flannel. I love these. And I love how it looks like water paint with the white coming throughout. It's one of my favorite, or that's one of the reasons why I like Northbound Knitting's tonals so much. So, great pattern. This will look very, very nice.
And speaking of her, she's got a knit along starting tomorrow.
Northbound Knitting
does.
Ravelry group.
So if anybody wants to check that out.
It's, you can knit one of her patterns with any yarn or knit any pattern with her yarn, right?
Something like that, yes.
I can't remember which, because we were double checking because I'm going to do it, but the yarn I had picked out wasn't Northbound Knitting yarn, which I know is almost seems sacrilegious, but you know, I bought the yarn specifically for that pattern, and so we double checked to make sure it was okay, and it is okay. Is. So, and of course you could knit her pattern with her yarn. I highly recommend that if you have it. Do you have anything else?
No. All right, not that I can get to.
I have two more. I started a new weaving project. I haven't done a pop out or a wall hanging in a minute. I pushed too far. I'll fix it. So I started this last night. All I did was the fringe. This handspun was gifted to me from Daniela Caffeinated Gert last year, and I've been wanting to do like a fun little wall hanging with it, and I like the idea of having the different, because she spun it as a thick and thin single, so I like the idea of having the different sizes and textures here, but also mixing it in with some just regular worsted. This was actually the first project I had on my Cricut loom. I cut it off, so this was what I'm using the scraps for, was with this project.
But the colors are gorgeous together.
I know, it's not the same green, obviously, but it goes together. So I'll be using this back yarn, I can't remember what it is, Happy Feet, I think. But it's cream with brown and green speckles. So I'm going to be using that and then interspersing like this. And I'm going to try some new textures and new techniques because I got a weaving book forever ago for wall hangings. And I'm finally going to kind of look at it and practice some of the techniques with it.
Did you get this at
Fiber in the Burrow last year?
I think I'm going to buy me one.
If she's there?
If she's there, I believe I will.
It's from Black Sheep Goods. I really, really like it.
And she's not, I'll just get me one. Because I think I'd like to.
They're not that much. I think it's like $30.
After seeing this, I think I want to learn to weave.
I think you'd like it. But this is fun. I do love my Cricut, especially since now, one of the reasons I wasn't using it was because I had to sit where I had it before. I didn't want to sit where I had it. But I've learned that it fits on my TV tray fine, and when my back was really bad, but I wanted to finish this, I could sit just back on my couch and get comfortable and have it in my lap. And it wasn't super great, but it worked. So I want to move this a little bit closer to see if that helps with the focus.
Much better.
Yes, I graduated from physical therapy yesterday, and I'm doing fine. I have a couple of days every now and then, but for the most part, I'm good. So, and you have nothing else, right?
I don't.
All right, my biggie. You might know what's in this if you remember the bag. This is my Frida Kahlo bag that Daniela Caffeinated Group made me for my birthday last year. I'm so excited to show this. I've been working on my sweater, The Greeny Toe by Joji Locatelli. I finally looked and remembered.
Oh my gosh, it's so pretty. I love that green. I love all of it, but that green is just popping on. Oh.
The last time we podcasted, I was here. And now I'm all the way down here. I finished. I've decided to, between the gray and the papa color stripes, to do a small section of the previous gray and the next gray stripe. I think I talked about that in the last podcast. So I finished the smaller stripe, and I finished the next pop of color green and stripe, and I'm ready to do the next 2 gray stripes. So, the reason I won't be getting much knitting done aside from this, I really want to wear this for Fiber in the Burrow. However, I did the math, and I think I needed to be getting 3 stripes done a day, and I've done, I think, 2 or 3 just this week. So it's probably not going to happen, but I'm still going to try, because it might happen. If not, I'm going to wear it when we go to that thing in December.
Oh, fun.
So, I'll get to wear it to something, at least. But, we're going to see a
Cirque du Soleil.
Yeah, Cirque du Soleil, that's what it is.
A Christmas show that's going to be in Nashville at the Grand Ole Opry.
Yeah. So, but it looks so good, and it fits good. I'm at the point now where I feel like I need to start doing like some slight increases, just because we're going to be getting to the hips soon. So I'm trying to figure out how I want to do that, and I've talked to Daniela, and she gave me some tips. But I'm not sure if I want to do it that way or not, because it will be more A-line, and I don't know if I want it more A-line or if I want it more evenly distributed, so I'm kind of going back and forth on how I'm going to do my increases, but I'm very excited.
It's looking great.
Yeah, I'll try it on so you can see before I go.
Okay, and I've got those cords that
I won't need them for that.
Oh, okay.
But thank you. But yeah, that's all I have for whips. So do you want to do an update on your grad school project that we talked about?
Sure. I have started spinning with a drop spindle. It's so fun. Allie got me started, and I was at Into the Wool last weekend, and
Rhymes with
Maria did a class.
And she's fantastic.
And so I was able, some of what Allison, sometimes it takes it a little bit to click.
Mm-hmm.
And
well, like I was telling Mom, I haven't done a drop spindle since I learned how to spin.
But I'm very excited.
I think I learned in 2013.
Okay.
Right? Or maybe it was 14.
Yeah. But
one of those. But Malia was one of my teachers, so I remembered some of the stuff that she said, so she probably just explained it correctly.
No, you explained it correctly. It's sometimes it takes a little bit for, it's kind of like the light bulb comes on and it's like,
Exactly, yeah. And sometimes, just a different person can just explain it slightly different.
Mm-hmm.
But yeah.
So I got that much, I've been doing that much. I haven't spun for the past day or two, but I'm going to work on it some this afternoon. And then Daniela, Caffeinated Crafting, was nice enough to let us try this little spindle. And I really like this little one, too.
Is it called a trindle?
A trindle, maybe.
And she gave us another one for us to try, which is a Turkish spindle.
But
it's a 3D printed one, but we haven't got there yet.
We haven't got there yet, and honestly, after Malia showed us a few things with that, it kind of scared me a little bit. So I may just stick with this time.
This one's cool.
It is cool.
It looks steampunky. I like it.
But this is fun. I highly recommend learning to drop spin. And actually, one of my friends said he got the drop down part right really quick.
Oh. That's funny.
It was funny. He said, in fact, sometimes you just need to sit on the floor. So you drop it, you can get to it easier. But it was kind of a joke. We had it into the wall. It was fun.
Do you want to explain your arm?
Oh, yeah, my arm's showing, right?
Yeah, I just realized it was on camera. I didn't want people to be worried.
Yeah, I've had some stomach issues, and I had to have an eye scan Wednesday. That turned out my gallbladder's normal, so now he's going to look at some other things. It's no biggie. In fact, I've felt a lot better the past 3 or 4 weeks, so it may have just been something. But anyway, I still have issues off and on. But this is where they put the nuclear medicine in me to watch my liver and my gallbladder. But it looks pretty bad, so I keep trying to cover it up.
Well, I didn't think about the fact that it would be on camera, so I didn't think, oh, maybe we should mention it.
Yeah.
But then I saw it, and I was like, oh, they're going to think
Somebody's
something's
hurt
wrong.
Mama. Somebody's hurt Mama.
All right, so we're going to do hats for kiddos real quick. We're trying to make this a little quick just because we know we're trying to throw a lot in. We're doing good on time, though, actually, so I think we'll be fine.
I think we'll be fine.
But, next month is our last month.
Mm-hmm.
You need to get your hats to us by October 31st. Mom
send them to me.
Mom is letting us use her P.O. box instead of us both paying for 2. We realized that was silly. So, the address is in the Ravelry group. Mm-hmm. Or if you don't see it, just message one of us and we'll send it to you. Our theme for next month, let's just do holidays. I think we talked about it being specifically Halloween. Mm-hmm. But then that way, if you guys wanted to do like some Christmas themed ones or something, you could sneak those in too.
Yes, or if you want to do summer holiday, mm-hmm. or if you've got pastel colors, mm-hmm. Easter, or
pretty much
anything.
You guys know. You guys know how these go. We have a theme. Y'all make it work. Our September's theme is autumnal. Oh, I started a hat.
And my little, the one I'm working on, the colors just match just perfect.
I don't know where it is. I must have left it at home.
I bet you left it at home.
I did start a hat. I've knit like 3 rows, so I'm not even going to pretend like I'm close to done, but I'll finish it before tomorrow. Is today the last day? I'll finish it today.
Well, I don't know if I'll get mine finished today or not. My birthday was Monday. Me and Allie's going to go out and eat lunch, and then we're going to go... Her part
we didn't talk about my part.
Yeah, her part of my project in my graduate class is she's going to learn to sew. We're going to do a quilt, a lap quilt. Yeah,
we found this little, it's actually a baby blanket, but the size is good for like a little lap thing, mm-hmm. So I think we're going to look at that. We're going to look at, I've sent her like 3 or 4 patterns. We're going to look at them again before we go. That way we know how much materials we need. Mm-hmm. So hopefully in the next podcast we can talk to you guys about sewing soon. Yes, because I'm hoping maybe next weekend we'll have time to devote a couple of hours, mm-hmm. even if it's Sunday afternoon. Mm-hmm. Well, yeah, we'll make it work. We'll make it work. So, last time we were going to record a prizes episode, and my laptop said no. So, instead of doing a separate one, we're just going to do it real quick, because we do have a lot to do today, so I didn't want to try and do 2 separate episodes. So, we're just going to go through the prizes. First up, Mom donated this bag, bird leg bags. Very, very cute. I love nesting dolls anyway, so. In the bag, we have some yarn that we're going to be giving away. I donated 2 plucky skeins. This one, they're both one-off. They're one-hit wonders, so they don't have names. But they're both primo fingering, 385 yards, 74% superwash merino, 20% cashmere, 5% nylon. Yeah, they're both the same, so. I thought I'd make a pretty project. So these are 2 separate prizes. 2 separate prizes. And we had some bags donated. Okay, our friend Rick, who is Whimsy Stitches, donated this cute little drawstring bag. And the inside is, oops, I dropped his other one. Just the striped all the way in. That's a very cute little bag. Yeah, I like it. And I love these. These are his clear where you can see what your project is. So, isn't that great? Such a cute little bag. So very nice of all of you guys who donated to donate prizes for this. I know, so nice. We actually had a viewer send us these. Her name's Samantha. She's SamiLoveYarn, and she sent this cute little flamingo. It's 2-sided. With a zipper, so you can put stitch markers in, or scraps or something. So she sent us this one, And then this owl.
The cute little owl.
She actually, I think we've showed ours before.
I think so.
But she sent us our own. And I have my Hats for Kiddos bag, or hat in it. And that's actually what I've been using for my Hats for Kiddos because it's such a great size.
They're perfect size.
This one has ruler drawstrings.
And I just love it. It's so cool.
As far as I can tell, it's accurate. I still haven't like measured it. But I mean, I've been using it for my Hats for Kiddos to measure. So, and then I love this one. I almost kept this one because it's so cute. Same thing. 2 pockets on the inside, and then the zipper. Such a great idea. And these are perfect for going in your purse, and perfect for socks. Trying to turn my phone off. So, thank you, Samantha, for sending those.
Yes, thank you very much. We really appreciate it.
And now we can show off the rest of the yarn. You want to show off those, and then I'll show off these?
Yes.
Let me double check her name.
Okay. Allison's gonna...
No, I'm just going to edit that out because I don't want her to think I don't know her name because I talk to her
okay.
too often to say that I don't know her real name.
This yarn was donated by Tangled Strings. It is her Hippie Chick colorway. It's 75-25 superwash merino nylon, 463 yards, fingering weight, hand wash only. Isn't that gorgeous? You know what this reminds me of? I've told Allison every time. My grandmother used to love the old-fashioned hard candy at Christmas. And there was a ribbon candy that kind of, this is what this reminds me of. It's Granny Pearl's ribbon candy.
And that came from, like Mama said, Tangled Strings. Her name's Sandy, SJ Ringle 99, I do believe. She's very, very sweet. She messaged me and she wanted to send a
That's
donate
so
a prize.
Sweet. We appreciate you so much.
And I haven't knit with her yarn yet. But my goodness.
I know, and it's soft and smushy.
This
makes me want a skein of that.
463 yards. That's good yardage. All right, do you want to show off that
I
one?
do.
I've kept this one in the bag, so I apologize for the...
We got a lot of rattle, and we're going to leave it in the bag. This was donated by TeenyButton Studios for Robin. Sent this to us. We got privilege of meeting her over the weekend.
I know, I actually got it.
She's her and her mom. Her mom is Cherry Pearl's podcast.
They're from Cherry Pearl's podcast.
Yeah.
Her mom's Mary.
Yes. And they donated, Mary and one of her friends donated some hats, and they gave them to me at Into the Wool. Shimmer sock, finger and weight, 75% merino, 20% nylon, and 5%
Stellina. That's
Stellina,
the glitter.
The glitter.
So there's like some
and the
gold
colorway
glitter.
is
I have no clue.
I have no clue. It's Prytania. It is beautiful. Her yarn is wonderful. So whoever wins this, all of her yarn has been donated. You know, I've not made a bad skein of yarn.
Well, we started you off right.
You all started me off right.
And then we have a grand prize. We have a couple other prizes that we don't have on here, so I guess we can talk about those. One winner, I'm going to weave a wall hanging. Whoever wins that, we are going to talk. We're going to figure out what colors you like. That way I can make it match your craft room or match another room or just use your favorite colors. And then we're also going to do 2 book gift cards somehow. We tried to do this before. The person who won never messaged us, so I don't really know how we'll do it, but we'll either do an Amazon card, or if you have a Books A Million or Barnes & Noble, we'll get one of those cards, and we'll do it that way. It'll be a $20 gift card, so, you know, enough for a book. So, and then everyone who donates hats can get a pattern from me if you want. I'm not gonna, you know, I'll message everybody and be like, hey, you know, you can get a pattern. I'll just I'll just make a code or something. That way you can pick whichever pattern you want. So that way everyone will get something. But then we have a grand prize for the person who knits the most hats. All right. Daniela Caffeinated Gert of the Caffeinated Crafting podcast and Caffeinated Craft Arts. I have to show off her tag because I love it.
I know, isn't it cute?
She donated this bag. She sewed it, and then she also wove this little insert here. Very, very cute bag. I love this. I wanted to keep it. And then the inside fabric, of course, is that. So you'll get this. You will get a skein of Twist Fiber Studio from Ashley Carolina Spinner. We are big fans of her yarn. This is her Fairview fingering. It's the Soul Surfer colorway. 75% superwash merino, 25% nylon, 463 yards. Again, good yardage. And it is white with all the speckles and black throughout.
Mm-hmm. It's so pretty.
I love this. I want to keep it.
I love it too. I love how
I want to weave it.
I love. Oh, that would be so pretty.
Mm-hmm.
This dark speckling in with this turquoise. I just dearly love that part right there. I think I'd like a skein of yarn that was just
that'd be cool. And then I'm also throwing in some stitch markers that SoFlo sent me. I don't know how long ago. I found these and I thought they were so cute.
They are cute.
So I wanted to use them in the giveaway. So that will be the grand prize.
Awesome, awesome.
So I think we talked about last time, we'll do prizes probably mid-November.
Mm-hmm.
That way it'll give us time to get our ducks in a row, basically.
Yeah. We don't have them in a row this morning, but that's okay.
We have them together.
They're just not in
a row.
Anyway, so now I want to talk about my
talk about
weekend.
Wool.
Yes. Okay. Last weekend was the Into the Wool Fiber Retreat. It's local to me. It is 30 minutes. It's in Crossville. It's at Lake Francis, and it is gorgeous. The weather was nice. We had the best time. It's put on by Dana Von Wine Yarn Company and Tiffany Project 35. Yeah.
I still call her Christian Crafters.
Christian Crafters. Yeah, Tiffany assisted her, and it was just a great retreat. There were people there from Michigan, Illinois,
Texas.
Indiana, Texas, California, Georgia, all around. So it was great. I got to see old friends, got to see new friends. We did, there were several classes. There was a brioche class that I didn't get to. There was some chair yoga and another type of yoga. And there was the drop spindling class. Then there was Daisy of Daisy Knits.
Mm-hmm.
Did
she has a podcast too. I'll link it in the description.
Yeah. She had like 7 or 8 different little sock heel things knitted up of different kinds. Mm-hmm. We were able to look at them, how they were made, and
you could try them.
And we could actually try them on. And I loved the one that was the sweet tomato patch. That one fit me so good, so I bought a pattern actually that uses that. I'm gonna try.
I haven't tried that one yet. I've only done the regular heel flap, and then I learned the Fish Lips Kiss heel, and that one fit me perfect. So I just haven't tried any others.
Well, that one fits me perfect too, and that was one she didn't show, but there were a lot of people there said that that's their favorite one too. And then she had some short rows, different things. Then we had 2 days of market. We had great food. There was they got to they had a spinning wool testing for people that there was wheels set up and they got to go around and use each other's wheel. It was just a lot of fun. I would recommend checking it out.
I went the first 2 years and really, really liked it. And I hopefully am going to get to go next year.
Next year, I hope so. I hope we can go again next year.
I'm planning on going next year. Do you know the dates?
It's reasonably priced, yes. The 20th through the 23rd, I think. It's the Thursday through the Sunday in September, and I'm pretty sure. Yes, the 20th through the 23rd, and sign-ups will be February the 1st.
All right.
At 2, 3, somewhere. Sometime on that day, February the 1st. If you're interested, you can put it on your calendar and be watching for it.
There's an Instagram for the Into the Wool Fiber
There is,
Fiber Retreat. It's just Into the Wool Fiber Retreat, one word.
Yeah.
So you can go there and you can see pictures that they posted.
Yeah, just because they did karaoke, which I missed. But next year, I'm going to take a nap so I can go.
Because then that way you could follow it and you can keep up with dates and everything.
Yes, and people were very generous. We had our bag, and it had Tiffany had made a bag. Do you want to show? I do want to show. Show and tell. I bought some fiber from Daisy Knits.
It's Polworth, right?
Yes, it's Polworth.
I like Polworth.
And this was one of the door prizes. Once Upon a Corgi.
That is so you.
Empire Delamart.
The Empire Delamart. I don't know.
It's beautiful. I loved it. And that was on the giveaway table. I've been doing dishcloths, washcloths. This was in our welcome our bag too. And somebody is, oh, it's upside down. Somebody is actually knitting a sweater out of this yarn. So Julie, she had knitted a swatch and washed it. It's unbelievably soft. It was wonderful.
It doesn't feel as rough as I thought it would.
And
it's recycled, right?
Mm-hmm.
It's 30% nylon, 27% cotton, 24% acrylic, 10% silk, and 9% linen.
Well, okay. My bag and my yarn's not in here, but this is the Notions bag that goes with it. Isn't it cute? I bought this. Tiffany had them for sale, so I got that. So this is mostly my purchases thing, apparently.
That's fine.
That's fine.
That's what, I mean, I knew this was going to be a little bit of a longer episode because we had some stuff to talk about.
Maybe this is the one I bought, and this is the one I won. One was a door. This is the one I bought, and that was my door prize.
Yeah, this is Shetland roving.
Yeah. So.
And Mom, it's like they knew Mom was learning to spin.
Mm-hmm. Let's see. I got this. We do sock yarn swap.
A sock yarn swap. Yeah, everyone puts their yarn in a brown paper bag so you know what you're getting, and you bring in one skein and you get to take one skein.
Mm-hmm.
So
yeah. So this was mine. Isn't it pretty?
That is really pretty. That's actually your colors.
Knitology Sunburst. It's very pretty. And then I bought this from, it's coming out of my bag, TNT Trouble. Mm-hmm. She's from California.
Cabin Creek.
Yes.
Creations.
Yes, I think so. It might be in here.
I think it's on the side.
Yes, Cabin Creek Creations. Isn't that cute? Because I said
I love the buttons.
I do too. And for all of those that know me and love me, know that today's good mood is always brought to you by coffee.
That's a very cute fabric.
And
I like her bags.
There's a possibility that if my stomach issues continue, I may have to cut back on that lovely stuff.
Aww.
I know it makes me so sad, so I'll take medicine as long as I have to. Yep. All right.
Do you want me to hold your bag? Would that help?
I just about got it all.
Okay. You want me to hold any of that?
Mm-hmm. Then I'll show these two last. Because it's a birthday gift and another purchase. Okay. So, Holly and Ivy Dye Works was there. And, you know, when I got back to the our cabin and I laid it all out on the bed, I thought, oh my God, all my yarn matches.
There's nothing wrong with that.
There's
Mine
nothing wrong with
tend to
that.
match too.
But anyway, this is Gatlinburg in October. And she had a skein this color that I didn't see the first day, and when I went back to get it the second day, it was gone, and I was going to do a mispair. So I messaged her, and she's going to do me a special order and bring it to me at Fiber in the Borough. Isn't that nice?
What? She's going to be there?
Yes. Yes, she's going to be there again.
Awesome. Because I've never... She's on my list of yarn I want to try.
Oh,
my.
Isn't that wonderful?
Oh, my.
And this is the Into the Wool exclusive. Then comes fall. So it's really pretty, too.
So did you get this because of the colors or because of the name?
Both.
Because, I mean, my Gatlinburg October, I mean, that's Mom.
That's me.
And these colors are Mom.
Yeah.
So it's like she knew you.
It's like she knew I was going to be there.
Super soft.
I know.
Is it 75-25 superwash merino nylon? It feels so soft.
I know. This one does too, Phil.
Very nice.
Very nice. Very happy with those. I'm happy with everything I got. And then I had to hit TeenyButton up. So I got...
We love us some Robin.
Yes, we love us some Robin. This is one of... Several weeks ago, this colorway was in an update, and I said all along I didn't buy it because I knew she was coming, and I kept telling Allison, oh, I so hope she has that one, and then I was able to ask her ahead of time. She said she did, so I was able to snatch that. It's Pontchartrain Beach.
Robin, we don't know how to pronounce any.
We don't know how to pronounce any of your New Orleans names,
so
but we love you dearly.
I think we'll need like a translation thing.
Yeah,
like,
maybe we get
translate it to Southern, please.
No, that's... And then I love this one. This is Petrospex.
Hold it up so you can see the bottom, too, because you're missing... Oh, look at that.
She was knitting a shawl.
I'm actually surprised that you bought that.
Well,
that looks like me.
It does, but I was seeing it knit up.
Mm-hmm.
It's gorgeous knit
Oh,
up.
I've seen it in pictures. It's beautiful.
It's beautiful. So I got those. And then when I got, one more thing. Rock and String Yarn, Erin did pre-order. Rock and String Yarn did a pre-order, and I got the minis from it. She did the stripe and sock, of course, of the repeats. And it's, the color is on the front of the back. That's Camp S'mores.
I'm just trying to get rid of some of the shine so you can see the colors.
Yeah, Campfire S'mores.
So if we hold it back like that, I think you can see a little bit.
Isn't that pretty? And I found a shawl.
I did a bad thing.
found a shawl. Showed the pattern to Allison.
She did a bad thing.
I did the bad thing.
We can't remember what the shawl is.
I can't remember what the shawl
it's really
is.
pretty, but it's asymmetrical bias triangle.
Mm-hmm.
And you use minis and then a solid. Or
A
you
solid.
don't have to use solid, but you know.
Yeah, well, for the yardage, I'll have to add one, and I don't know what I want to add, so.
I'm thinking like a rusty orange.
That's what I was thinking.
It would go with it. You know?
Mm-hmm.
It'd be a little bit darker than this orange, but it'd kind of go with the orange in here.
Mm-hmm.
And I bet you have a rusty orange.
Probably. I'll have to go through mine.
I'll show you what I did in a minute. I know we don't usually do stash enhancement, but I feel like this is a special case.
This is a special case. Okay, and our friend Jean from Two Guys Yarn was...
We love him and we
David.
love David.
They're
we
great.
love their yarn.
Yeah, we just love them. And we had a great time. We hung out together. David sent him on the retreat. It was a birthday gift.
Wasn't that sweet?
Wasn't that sweet of him? So there was kind of a group of us that hung out together all weekend long. We had a blast, and I have missed them this week coming back to work.
Aww.
It was really sad. So we have, our group has texted back and forth quite a bit this week.
Oh, that makes me happy.
So, but they have got 2 new bases, and this is one of them. And
I picked this out for her. Miss, I don't like yellow.
the colorway is Smoke It, and it's finger and weight. It's 50%
Superwash BFL.
Superwash BFL, 25% camel, 25% silk. It's 500 yards. This is a huge skein. But I have...
and I want to say real quick, this actually has tobacco in the dye. Isn't that what he was saying?
I think that, yeah, I think that's what he was saying.
It's a beautiful color. It's a little bit more rich in person than it looks
there.
But it is gorgeous. But yeah.
So he had knitted up they do Twitty Toes too, if you're not familiar with their Twitty Toes. Yes. And I've got the Working Man's Blues colorway.
Which is similar.
Similar to this.
Not quite, but similar.
Yeah. And he had done a Stephen West out of it.
I don't remember the name.
And it was, I do, he gifted it to me for my birthday. I just love
that is precious.
I know, I wish they lived down here. We can hang out.
I know. We're trying to get everyone to move to Cookville.
Trying to get everybody to move to Tennessee.
So if you guys come here and you're like, oh, we're thinking about moving, we're going to tell you to move to Cookville.
Yeah, we're going to tell you to move here with us. We can hang out together. But anyway, so I had my Twitty Toes, and I kept telling him, I want a skein of your new yarn, and I want to make that pattern. And so Allison helped me pick out. He had that colorway, happened to have that colorway with him, so we were able to match up. But anyway, this is going to go with that. And then Daniela, Caffeinated Gert, made me this for my birthday. I just love it.
Isn't that cute?
Isn't it cute? She's so sweet. We just love us some Daniela.
We do.
Yeah.
It's my
So
girl.
that's all. But I do. It's an affordable retreat. You have Thursday night, Friday night, and Saturday night.
All your food.
Is inclusive.
More than enough snacks.
Oh, Lord, there was snacks left because people, you bring snacks and drinks, and and the girls, the people that own it are wonderful. The girls that work and did the cooking for us and cleaning about us, we just dearly love those girls.
It is. You are camping.
You are camping.
The beds are okay.
Yes.
I'm not gonna say that they're perfect, but they're not bad.
And you have air conditioning in your cabins.
And some of the rooms have TVs.
And some, yes.
But there is some terrain and it's gravel.
Yes.
And you're going up steps and going up hills.
You have steps and up hills. we had 9 steps to get up to our cabin to get in,
bad.
which
but
is
some
bad.
of them are worse.
Some of them are worse.
The last time I was there, it was a lot more than 9 stairs. But
you were probably 16 to 20, somewhere along in there, because you were on the floor up above us. So yeah, a lot
it was
more.
2 flights of stairs.
2 flights of stairs, but it's still it was fun, and
that's the only thing I have to complain about are the stairs. I'm okay.
Yeah,
Because
the food's really good and the company's really good.
The stairs are a complaint for me, anyways, because I like to go and decompress, and sometimes it's just not worth it to go all the way up there.
Mm-hmm. I had to decompress a little bit too at times, but
I didn't go to Into the Wool, but I got things.
She did get things.
Mom.
We had well,
first I want to show this. Mom bought me some fiber. This is Dana of Unwind Yarn Company. She used to sell fiber. She doesn't really dye it anymore, but she had some and she dyed up for the retreat. This is Knit Night Shenanigans. It's 80% superwash BFL, 20% nylon. I'm going to try my best to spin it to a sock weight and knit some hand spun socks. I'm going to try.
Cool.
Going to try. I'm not really spinning right now because it kind of messes with my back, but
yeah,
eventually.
Let's keep you back good.
Which I've been relearning how to drop spindle with Mom, so, at least that way I can get some spinning in.
Oh, I didn't show you what Allie got my birthday.
Oh, yeah. Well, how about, let me show this.
You finished showing.
I didn't know you brought that all. I'll show these first. After the retreat, we had
there were 21 of us, I think.
There were 23 total.
So
about 20 people from the retreat came, and we went to Olive Garden to eat, and it was a big ordeal to get to Olive Garden, but that's not necessarily important. And then Gene did his little trunk show, and I wasn't going to buy yarn, so I didn't buy anything from Gene, and he will be at Fiber in the Borough, so that was kind of like my thinking, well, I'm going to see him again in less than a month, when I will have a budget with me and I can get some Tweety Toes, because I love me some Tweety Toes. However, I walk over to Erin, Rockin' Strings car, and she's got all this yarn everywhere, and I just kept looking, and then the next thing I know, I'm buying yarn. So I had some fiber picked out, and I still kind of wish I got it. But then I was thinking, I can't really spin right now. I don't want to buy this thing that I really want to spin and then not be able to spin it. So I got some mini skeins I'll show you in a minute, but she said that she dyed something, and there's only like 2 or 3 of them, and she said it made her think of me. This is that color where you're not sure if it's purple or blue. Mm-hmm. It's a one of a kind. It's on her Drifter DK.
So pretty.
And I've been wanting to get some more DK. I'm gonna knit me a hat.
That will be great.
So, got this. But what started was she had her mini skeins out, and when Mom showed me that shawl, I really wanted to knit one. So I got one that I can kind of gradiate. Let's see, how was I going to do it? So I picked up these, and I'm going to kind of gradiate. I try to get it so I could fade them and gradiate them a little bit. So I'm going to start with this dark purple, into this purple and gray, into this mostly gray with some little purple and pink, into this pink with some gray, into this kind of orchid color, and then I'm going to use, I think this is the gray I'm going to use. This is from Happy Go Lucky. This is her sock. It's the Artax colorway, and this is going to be the gray that I use for that. So it'll gradiate. I'm just going to hold these in a bundle from here, from these guys to this. So, I think that will be very, very pretty.
There's the shawl. Isn't that gorgeous? And it is by Mademoiselle-P, and it's Arlequin, Arlequin shawl. It's so, so pretty. So I've got to find me something dark. I'm going to use my minis, and then I'm going to just put a border on at the end. But yeah, I loved that shawl. One of our friends, actually one of our... she's in our, what's the name of us now? Caffeinated Fiber Art. Cookville Fiber Arts.
Yeah.
Cookville Fiber Arts girls. She's a member of that. She actually had that pattern with her, and it's like, ooh, I want to do that.
Mom had to do some shopping for me at Into the Wool.
Oh, that's right, I did.
Because I keep seeing the Sunset Highway sweater, and I'm obsessed with it. All right. So, TeenyButton was there. Don't know if you guys heard. TeenyButton was there. And this is going to be some wrinkles. I bought this from TeenyButton about a month or so ago, and I was going to knit like a shawl or something, but I decided I wanted it to be a bigger project. This is her Al Emporium colorway. I love it.
I love it too. I love all her colorways.
I do too.
I love it.
So I was talking to Mom, and I was like, I really want to do a purple and green with that because it has some purple and some green. So it would really, really bring it out. So Mom talked to Robin, and Robin tagged me in a picture that had purple and green in it. And the purple was perfect. This is her Royal Street colorway. It's gorgeous. It's going to look so pretty on me. But the green was a little bit lighter than I wanted. So her and Mom, the next day at market, got like all her tonal and solid greens out so I could pick, which I thought was incredibly sweet. This is the one I went with. It's kind of an olivey green, which matches, pretty close. Oh, actually a lot closer than I realized. It's the dang near the same thing. So those are my colors I'm going to use, and I'm trying to decide what my main color is going to be. It's going to be gray. My original plan was to use some light gray, but I didn't think it would be enough. And then with the other sweater I'm knitting, it's a lot of light gray. So I was like, well, I don't know if I want a light gray one.
Right.
I remembered I have 2 skeins of number 5 from Two Guys Yarn, which is my favorite gray from them. It's a deep charcoal gray. And I got them to do a shawl. But I think I might use it for the sweater. And I would want to get another skein just to have that buffer. So I think what I'm going to do is, this was going to be my birthday cast on next week, but I want to get that other sweater done, so I'm going to hold off on it. If they have a skein of number 5 at Fiber in the Burrow, I'm going to get it, and that will be my main color. If not, I'll use the other gray that I know I have enough of. That's kind of my plan. So that's going to be my next sweater. I thought it stayed in the screenshot, but there's someone who knit one, and you see, because I get so hot that I'm not going to do long sleeves. But you see right here, we're about at the elbow where the pattern is. There is someone who ended her sleeves there. And she made some notes on how she did it. So that's kind of what I'm going to do.
That's what I would like.
So it's going to end about elbow. So about 3/4.
That's what I like. I like elbow ones.
That's what I'm going to do for the one I'm doing right now, too. So those are my indirect Into the Wool purchases.
So Allison, for my birthday, she knows I'm into this spindling thing, and I actually want to learn how to use a wheel. I had fought it for a long time, but now then after I've seen her scarf this day, it's like, do I want to spin or do I want to weave? So anyways, but she got me fiber from Hobbledehoy. Isn't it gorgeous?
Mama's first Hobbledehoy.
Mama's first Hobbledehoy. I love it.
But they just scream her. I think it's
It's the
I can't think what it's called. Curiosity shop batlings.
Yeah, so pretty.
But they're super folly, but it has some pops, and the batlings are my favorite to spin.
I love the pops. Look at these. Look at the pops.
Isn't that pretty?
Isn't that gorgeous? And then this one.
Yeah.
This is going to make, you know what, this is going to make a gorgeous cowl.
Yeah.
Can't wait.
This is kind of like her little carrot for, practicing, when that's kind of what I did. I bought fiber that I wanted to be, I didn't have to be perfect at spinning, but I wanted to be a little bit more consistent. But that's the best, that's what's good about hand spun though, is it's not a perfect yarn. It's, it is thick, it is thin, it's homemade.
And that's what, because when I was talking about it that day, and I said, but some of it's so thick, and everybody, it's like, you don't want to learn to spin thin to begin with. You can never go back thick. So it's like, okay.
And because I want to get thinner, but I average about a worsted, usually more, and I would like to get thinner with my yarn, but I mean, it happens when it happens.
Yeah,
so.
it'll happen when it happens.
All right, so. How far are we? An hour almost. Okay, so let's do books.
I don't have hardly anything.
I don't have a whole lot either. I finished one book. I finished The Party by Robin Harding. I'm not going to talk a lot about it because Mom talked about it last time. I was going to finish a couple books before I started this one, but it kept staring at me. I read it like over the weekend, or over a weekend.
Mm-hmm.
Very, very good, very well written, good characters, the story's good, the twists are good.
Mm-hmm.
I highly recommend this one. I really, really liked it. And that's all I'm going to say about it.
Okay.
I don't want to talk too much since we talked about it last time.
Okay, and The Invisible by James Patterson, I don't think I'd finished that one last time. I think that's my only finished. Oh, we don't want to hear him. We want to hear the... Everyone thinks Emmy Dockery is crazy. Obsessed with finding the link between hundreds of unsolved cases, Emmy has taken leave from her job as an FBI researcher. Now all she has on are the newspaper clippings that wallpaper her bedroom and her recurring nightmares of an all-consuming fire. Not even Emmy's ex-boyfriend, Field Agent Harrison Bookman, will believe her that hundreds of kidnappings, rapes, and murders are all connected. That is until Emmy finds a piece of evidence he can't afford to ignore. More murders are reported by the day, and they're all inexplicable. No motives, no murder weapons, no suspects. Could one person be really responsible for these unthinkable crimes? It's very good. Part of it was a little more detailed when it's being read to me than I like, as in things were described that was being done to people. But anyways, if you're a James Patterson fan, sometimes that's just the way they are. They're more graphic than others, but it was really good. I don't know that I will listen to it again, but I would recommend if you're a bit James Patterson fan, reading it or listening to it. What you working on?
I haven't completely dove in on any of my books yet.
Mm-hmm.
I have been working on. I have been reading The Revenants. I didn't bring my book with me, so I thought I would just do this. This is by Scott Kaufman. This is the one that I talked about last time, where Betsy's brother was killed in war, and then she becomes a candy striper, and it's kind of her, it's her journey and her helping. She helps a anonymous veteran, it says, get back home, I think is what the back of the book said. I'm about 50 pages in. It's just taking me a minute to get into it, but I'm into the story. I'm very curious what's going to happen. What I tend to do is I'll have a book upstairs. That way, if I want to read before bed, it's usually a new book that I'm not completely into yet. And then once I get into the book, I'll bring it downstairs to read whenever, if I'm just hanging out. So I think I'm going to move it downstairs so I can read it some more. But yeah, it's good so far. I'm excited to see what's happened. Where I'm at now, Betsy had just started being a candy striper, and she's getting used to being around all the vets that are there. So
that sounds pretty good.
I think you'll like it.
And I'm listening to one, and I'm actually started reading one. This is Final Girls. Laura, Allison's sister, recommended this to us.
I can't wait to read it.
In fact, it was one of those, sometimes you can't hardly put it down. I think that was that for Laura. 10 years ago, college student Quincy Carpenter went on vacation with her 5 friends and came back alone, the only survivor of a horror movie scale massacre. In an instant, she became a member of a club nobody wants to belong to, a group of similar survivors known in the press as the Final Girls. Lisa, who lost 9 sorority sisters to a college dropout's knife, Sam, who went up against the sack man during her shift at the nightlight, and now Quincy, who ran bleeding through the woods to escape Pine Cottage and the man she reversed to only as him. The 3 girls are all attempting to put their nightmares behind them, and with that, one another. Despite the media's attempts, they never meet. Now Quincy is doing well, maybe even great, thanks to her Xanax prescription. She has a caring, almost fiancé, Jeff, a popular baking blog, a beautiful apartment, and a therapeutic presence in Coop, the police officer who saved her life all those years ago. Her memory won't even allow her to recall the events of the night. The past is in the past. That is, until Lisa, the first final girl, is found dead in her bathtub, wrist slit, and Sam, the second, appears on Quincy's doorstep, blowing through Quincy's life like a whirlwind. Sam seems intent on making Quincy relive the past with increasingly dire consequences, all of which makes Quincy question why Sam has sought her out. And when new details about Lisa's death come to light, Quincy's life becomes a race against time as she tries to unravel Sam's truth from her lies, evade the police and hungry reporters, and most crucially, remember what really happened at Pine Cottage before what was started 10 years ago is finished. It's really good. And it's actually written, it says it's from Riley Sager, which is a pseudonym for an author who has previously published under another name. So, that's good. Yeah, I thought that was kind of interesting. But it's good. Laura said she had a really hard time putting it down. So, you got anything else?
Yeah, I've got quite a bit.
Oh, okay.
The last time we were recording, the camera just quit when I was talking about this book, but I have still been reading a little bit on Harmless Like You by Rowan Heseu Buchanan. I'm assuming. I remember that I meant to look up how she's pronouncing it, or how I meant to look up how that was pronounced and I forgot. This one it's I'm not super far into it. I think I'm reading too much. I think I have, and I'm an advocate of reading multiple books at one time, but I think I'm reading too much at one time, and it's nothing against the books. I think with my back and stuff and work, I'm just hopping back and forth. Like, I can't commit to a book. This one, I think if I just sat down with it, I probably would read it. I could probably get it done really quick because it's very well written. It's written in this beautiful prose. The characters are really good. It's really interesting. This is, and I'm going to read the book description just because it cut off last time, but Harmless Like You is set across New York, Connecticut, and Berlin, following Yuki Oyama, a Japanese girl fighting to make it as an artist, and Yuki's son Jay, who as an adult in the present day, is forced to confront his mother's abandonment of him when he was only 2 years old. The novel opens when Yuki is 16 and her father is posted back to Japan. Though she and her family have been living as outsiders in New York City, Yuki opts to stay, intoxicated by her friendship with the beautiful, aspiring model Odile, I think. Last time I read this, they hadn't shown the pronunciation, and they did, and now I can't remember what it is. I want to say it's Odile. The energy of the city and her desire to become an artist. But when she becomes involved with an older man and the relationship turns destructive, Yuki's life is unmirrored. Harmless Like You is a suspenseful novel with the complexities of identity, art, adolescent friendships, and familial bonds that asks, and ultimately answers, how does a mother desert her son? Like I said, it's really, really good so far, and I think if it was a physical book, I probably wouldn't be able to put it down. Kindle, I like ebooks because I like the portability of it. I like being able to have a bunch of them, and they're all in one spot, but I lose interest in them quicker, I think. So
Way to Lies.
Listening to this.
And we're able to stay where we were, which is very interesting.
We assume that if one of us was listening, the other one wouldn't get to, but I've been listening. You've been listening to it for a while, it seems. And I've listened to it the past few days. So.
Oh, yeah, because I was listening to it before I went to Into the Wool, and I didn't listen to it any while I was gone. But
interesting.
Yeah. In this gripping atmospheric family drama, a young woman investigates the 40-year-old murder that inspired her mother's best-selling novel and uncovers devastating truths and dangerous lies. Reformed party girl Meg Ashley leads a life of privilege, thanks to a best-selling horror novel her mother wrote decades ago. But Meg knows that the glow of their very public life hides a darker reality of lies, manipulation, and the heartbreak of her own solitary childhood. Desperate to break free of her mother, Meg accepts a proposal to write a scandalous tell-all memoir. Digging into the past in her mother's cult classic draws Meg to Bonny Island, Georgia, and an unusual woman said to be the inspiration for the book. At first, island life seems idyllic, but as Meg starts to ask tough questions, disturbing revelations come to light, including some about her mother. Soon, Meg's search leads to question the facts of a decades-old murder. She's warned to leave it alone, but as the lies pile up, Meg knows she's getting close to finding a murderer. When her own life is threatened, Meg realizes the darkness found in her mother's book is nothing compared to the chilling truth that lurks off the page. It's good.
I'm only a couple of hours in, and I really liked it. I think some of the writing, I don't like that it's in first person. I think it would have done better not in first person because I feel, granted, I don't know how old Meg is, but I feel like I missed that part, but she seems very immature.
For some reason, Okay, the girl that she's there that owns the hotel on the island is now in her. For some reason, I was thinking Meg was about 30 or early 30s or something.
That's what I'm assuming.
Yeah.
Just for timeline, I'm assuming that. But I don't know if they've specifically said, but I feel like she's really immature, and some of the conversations are like very juvenile. Like some of the wordings, in my opinion. The book is really good though.
The plot, the story's good.
Yeah,
the story's good. Do you like the reader?
Yeah,
I like to read a bunch. Fine too.
Some of it too, though, is she's very New York, and some of the way she words things, like it's not how I would have read the sentence. Like she puts in pauses weird. I feel like.
Yeah, and it's like.
And I found this book because I got a deal for the Kindle, and then the audiobook was only a few dollars. So yeah, I went ahead and got it.
Apparently, we got it the same time. So I wonder if we're both listening because we both bought it.
Oh, you bought it too?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, I bet that's it then.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure I did.
didn't think about that. That's probably it then. But yeah.
That's funny that we both did it. And yeah, sure. That's funny.
I'm liking it though. And yeah, the reader's fine. I don't think she's great, but she's not awful.
No, she's not awful.
But you know, I try and give them a benefit of a doubt because I feel like it takes a few chapters to get into the groove.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm getting in the groove for the reader, and then also for me to get used to their reading style because everyone reads differently. So I think I'm finally in that sweet spot where
you can do it.
Yeah, but I'm liking it so far. She's in Georgia.
Oh, she's on the island.
Mm-hmm.
Cool. So you reading anything else?
I started It by Stephen King. We went and saw the new movie. It was fantastic. And we enjoyed it so much we realized that we hadn't watched the miniseries in forever, so I got on Amazon and ordered the miniseries, and we watched it. And then I was like, I've never read the book, so I was going to read it for October, and then I was like, oh, it's a long book, so I went ahead and started it.
Oh, blame me. October's tomorrow anyway.
I've read like 6 pages. I started to read it before bed, and then I was like, oh, wait, it starts with something scary. And so I
put it down. Yeah.
Because I'm assuming the book is going to scare me more than the movie did, so.
It might, because, yeah.
But the remake's so good. And the second one comes out. They're breaking it up. Instead of the mini series, it goes back and forth between them as adults and them as kids. Mm-hmm. The new movies, the first one that came out is them as kids, and then the next one's going to be them as adults with some flashbacks to them as kids.
Oh, cool.
Which I think is pretty neat. But it doesn't come back out till 2019.
And
I'm sitting here like, oh, you guys thought this wasn't going to do well? You wanted to wait to see if it would do well before you made the second one? Oh, okay. It's ridiculous. I hate when they do that. Because it's like, it's going to do well.
I saw and I know you may not want us to go see it, but I saw previews for a My Little Pony movie.
It comes out on my birthday.
It does.
I haven't watched the preview because I listen to YouTube sometimes while I'm driving. So I don't see it, but I'll have it on, and that's been an ad. Is it the Friendship is Magic or the old school? I can't.
I have just seen the ad one time, so I don't know.
I'm not gonna go pay to go see it, but there's part of me, as a kid, that kid inside me wants to go because it comes out on my birthday. That's so funny.
It is so funny, and she loved My Little Pony so much when she was little. So
I still do. I still have a bunch of. Well, I have the newer ones. I don't know if I still have my old ones. But I had some in my old one, a box full, but we don't know where.
Well, I've got a bunch of stuff in storage still, so hopefully they're there.
If not, then they're gone, and that's sad, but that's okay.
Yes.
I have too much stuff as it is.
It's good for the look at it.
Yeah, I think that's all we have.
I think that's it. So
we'll see you guys in a couple weeks. Mm-hmm. And, yeah.
So
on the second, I'll probably wait till the 3rd, because it'll be a Tuesday. I'll close the September thread, so get in your September hats, and we'll pick a winner, and then I'll start the October thread that day too. And
it's my turn to buy, so whoever, you can just post it and who won.
Yeah.
And just contact me, and I'll send you your pattern.
All right, well, thank you guys. We'll see you guys in a couple weeks.
Bye-bye.
Bye.